उजाला सिग्नस हेल्थकेयर के डॉक्टर सुचिन बजाज ने प्रतिष्ठित 14वां सोशल इंटरप्रेन्योर ऑफ द ईयर पुरस्कार भारत 2023 जीता, जो कि श्री अमिताभ कांत G20 शेरपा भारत सरकार द्वारा प्रदान किया गया। अस्सलामु अलैकुम, मैं ज़मीर अहमद अंसारी और आप देख रहे हैं जेड न्यूज़ फॉर यू। अर्ज़ यह है कि आपने अपने चैनल जेड न्यूज़ फॉर यू को अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो सब्सक्राइब करें और साथ में दिए हुए बेल आइकन को भी दबाएं, जिससे हमारी आने वाली सभी वीडियोस के नोटिफिकेशन सबसे पहले आपको मिल सकें। 25 अगस्त 2023 को 14वां सोशल इंटरप्रेन्योर ऑफ द ईयर पुरस्कार भारत 2023 सम्मान समारोह आईटीसी मौर्य होटल दिल्ली में आयोजित किया गया। विश्व आर्थिक मंच की सहयोगी संस्था जुबिलेंट भारतीय फाउंडेशन और श्वाब फाउंडेशन फॉर सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप ने आज उजाला सिग्नस हेल्थकेयर के डॉक्टर सुचिन बजाज को प्रतिष्ठित 14वां सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योर ऑफ द ईयर से सम्मानित किया। ये पुरस्कार भारत सरकार के G20 शेरपा श्री अमिताभ कांत द्वारा प्रतिष्ठित हस्तियों की उपस्थिति में एक भव्य समारोह में प्रदान किया गया। विजेता और फाइनलिस्ट को बधाई देते हुए दुनिया भर में सामाजिक उद्यमों के काम की सराहना करते हुए भारत सरकार के G20 शेरपा श्री अमिताभ कांत ने कहा, मैं श्वाब फाउंडेशन फॉर सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम और जुबिलेंट भारतीय की बहुत प्रशंसा करता हूं। सामाजिक उद्यमिता और सामाजिक नवाचार को लगातार समर्थन देने के लिए फाउंडेशन हमें सामाजिक अर्थव्यवस्था की परिवर्तनकारी शक्ति को पहचानना चाहिए। सामाजिक उद्यमिता का ये मंच उन नवीन मॉडलों को उजागर करने में काफी सहायक रहा है जिसमें कल के बेहतर भारत को आकार देने की क्षमता है। सामाजिक उद्यमी ही नहीं, सकारात्मक बदलाव के पीछे प्रेरक शक्ति, प्रगति और प्रभाव की कहानी बढ़ती है। उनके समर्पण में न केवल आशा जगाई है बल्कि पूरे भारत में व्यक्तियों और समुदायों के लिए ठोस परिवर्तन लाए हैं। SEOY अवार्ड इंडिया 2023 के विजेता डॉक्टर सुचिन बजाज अछूते और वंचित समुदाय के लिए उनकी सुविधा और कीमत पर सुपर स्पेशलिटी तृतीय स्वास्थ्य देखभाल की क्रांति ला रहे हैं। कम बजट और रोगी अनुकूल तृतीयक देखभाल वाले अस्पतालों की अपनी श्रृंखला के माध्यम से ये भारत के Tier 2 और 3 शहरों में वंचित समुदाय के लिए उच्च गुणवत्ता वाले एकीकृत स्वास्थ्य देखभाल बुनियादी ढांचे और सेवाओं तक पहुंचकर सक्षम कर रहा है। उजाला सिग्नस ने 17 शहरों में 500 से अधिक डॉक्टरों और चिकित्सा विशेषज्ञों के साथ 2 मिलियन से अधिक रोगियों को लाभान्वित किया और 55,000 से अधिक सामुदायिक चिकित्सकों को प्रशिक्षित किया। श्वाब फाउंडेशन फॉर सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की सह संपादक और अध्यक्ष सुश्री हिल्डे श्वाब और विश्व आर्थिक मंच के संस्थापक और कार्यकारी अध्यक्ष और श्वाब फाउंडेशन फॉर सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के सह संपादक प्रोफेसर क्लास श्वाब ने सामाजिक के काम की सराहना की। उद्यमियों ने विजेता और फाइनलिस्ट को बधाई दी और साझा किया। सामाजिक उद्यमी नवाचार के लिए प्रेरक शक्ति के रूप में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाते हैं, रचनात्मक और प्रतिबद्धता को लागू करते हुए महत्वपूर्ण प्रणालीशील मुद्दों को निपटाने वाले अद्भुत समाधान और विकसित करते हैं। भारत में समृद्ध सामाजिक नवाचार परिदृश्य विश्व स्तर पर प्रासंगिक प्रदान करता है। सतत विकास एजेंडा के लिए मॉडल श्वाब फाउंडेशन फॉर सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप को पिछले 14 वर्षों में भारतीय सामाजिक उद्यमियों के असाधारण काम को मान्यता देने में जुबिलेंट भारतीय फाउंडेशन के साथ साझेदारी करने पर गर्व है। इस साल के विजेता और सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योर ऑफ द ईयर के फाइनलिस्ट पुरस्कार भारत सामाजिक नव परिवर्तन और उद्यमशीलता की भावना का प्रतीक है, जो स्थायी सामाजिक प्रभाव पैदा करने के प्रति उनके समर्पण का उदाहरण है। विजेता और फाइनलिस्ट को बधाई देते हुए जुबिलेंट भारतीय ग्रुप के अध्यक्ष और संस्थापक श्री श्याम एस भारतीय और जुबिलेंट भारतीय फाउंडेशन के संस्थापक निदेशक श्री हरि एस भारतीय ने साझा किया, ये साल हमारे लिए बेहद खास है। हमारी साझेदारी के लिए पूरे 14 वर्ष पूरे होने पर श्वाब फाउंडेशन फॉर सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के साथ हमारा रिश्ता हमें अपनी अनूठी और पुरस्कृत साझेदारी पर गर्व है, जिसके माध्यम से हम सामाजिक उद्यमियों को अपना काम दिखाने, अपनी पहल को बढ़ाने के लिए एक वैश्विक मंच प्रदान करने में सक्षम हुए हैं और समान उच्च स्थायी व्यक्तियों के एक समृद्ध गठबंधन से क्रॉस लर्न करें इस वर्ष के SEOY अवार्ड इंडिया 2023 के योग्य विजेताओं और फाइनलिस्ट को बधाई। उनके काम का प्रदर्शन कई अन्य लोगों के लिए प्रेरणा होगा। सामाजिक उद्यमियों के महत्व और भूमिका पर प्रकाश डालते हुए विश्व आर्थिक मंच के अध्यक्ष श्री बोर्गे ब्रेंडे ने कहा, हमें सामाजिक उद्यमिता के लिए सही माहौल बनाने की जरूरत है और हमें अभी एक लंबा रास्ता तय करना है। G20 की भारत की अध्यक्षता में सामाजिक उद्यमिता को, इसके महत्व को और अधिक रेखांकित किया। 25 वर्षों से प्रोफेसर क्लाउस और हिल्डे श्वाब ने सामाजिक उद्यमिता को दुनिया में एक महत्वपूर्ण क्षेत्र होने की सही भविष्यवाणी की है और हम इसे संयुक्त राष्ट्र के प्रस्तावों की गति के साथ देख रहे हैं, जो हाल ही में सामाजिक अर्थव्यवस्था और व्यवसायिक की आवश्यकता के लिए प्रेरित किया गया है। सामाजिक उद्यमों के साथ साझेदारी करना। श्वाब फाउंडेशन फॉर सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के निर्देशक फ्रांकोइस बोनिस ने कहा, फाउंडेशन के प्रमुख विश्व आर्थिक मंच SEO वर्ल्ड अवार्ड इंडिया 2023 जीतने का उजाला सिग्नस हेल्थकेयर के डॉक्टर सुचिन बजाज ने साझा किया। इस प्रतिष्ठित राष्ट्रीय मान्यता के लिए जुबिलेंट भारतीय फाउंडेशन, श्रॉब फाउंडेशन ऑफ सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम को मेरा हार्दिक आभार। ये पुरस्कार गहरा महत्व रखता है। भारत में जीवन की गुणवत्ता बढ़ाने के लिए हमारे अटूट समर्पण की पुष्टि करते हुए हमें मिलकर स्वास्थ्य व्यय के कारण गरीबी रेखा से नीचे जाने वाले 60 मिलियन लोगों की संख्या में कमी लाना सुनिश्चित करना चाहिए। SEO अवार्ड भारत के विजेता उजाला सिग्नस हेल्थकेयर के डॉक्टर सुचिन बजाज, श्रॉब फाउंडेशन फॉर सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के संबंध दुनिया के सबसे बड़े और सामाजिक नव प्रवर्तकों के पहले अंतर क्षेत्रीय समुदाय में शामिल होंगे। CNBC TV 18 की प्रबंधक संपादक सुश्री शिरीन भान ने पुरस्कार समारोह की मेजबानी की। SEO अवार्ड इंडिया 2023 के लिए अन्य फाइनलिस्ट थे आर्मेंड से डॉक्टर अपर्णा हेगड़े, महिला हाउसिंग सेवा ट्रस्ट की सुश्री बिजल ब्राभट और द बेटर इंडिया से सुश्री अनुराधा पारेख और श्री धीमंत पारेख। SEOY अवार्ड इंडिया 2023 के विजेता और फाइनलिस्ट को स्टैनफोर्ड सीड ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन प्रोग्राम के लिए हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स फेलोशिप के लिए आवेदन करने का भी अवसर भी मिलेगा। इस वर्ष SEOY पुरस्कार भारत अपना 14वां वर्ष मना रहा है। पिछले दशक में इसने खुद को भारत में समाज उद्यमियों के लिए सबसे सम्मानजनक पुरस्कारों में से एक के रूप में स्थापित किया है। 2010 में श्वाब फाउंडेशन फॉर सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और जुबिलेंट भारतीय फाउंडेशन सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योर ऑफ द ईयर अवार्ड इंडिया के माध्यम से भारत में सामाजिक नवाचार को बढ़ावा देने के लिए एक साथ आए। श्वाब फाउंडेशन फॉर सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योर 1998 में स्थापित एक गैर लाभकारी संगठन है जो एक वैश्विक मंच प्रदान करता है जो टिकाऊ सामाजिक नवाचार के दुनिया के अग्रणी मॉडल को आगे बढ़ाता है। विश्व आर्थिक मंच के सहयोग से 20 से अधिक वर्षों में श्वाब फाउंडेशन ने 190 देशों में काम करने वाले 400 से अधिक अंतिम चरण और सामाजिक नववर्तों के एक प्रमुख समुदाय का चयन और संचालन किया और व्यापार में शीर्ष निर्णय निर्माताओं के लिए अग्रणी सामाजिक नवाचार मॉडल का प्रकाश डाला है। 2007 में स्थापित जुबिलेंट भारतीय फाउंडेशन एक गैर लाभकारी संगठन है जो जुबिलेंट भारतीय समूह और अन्य कॉर्पोरेट संस्थाओं के लिए कॉर्पोरेट सामाजिक उत्तरदायित्व पहल की अवधारणा और कार्यान्वयन पर ध्यान केंद्रित करता है। फाउंडेशन नवोन्वेषी सेवाओं के माध्यम से स्वास्थ्य सूचकांक में सुधार, प्रारंभिक शिक्षा को सार्वभौमिक बनाने, रोजगार क्षमता बढ़ाने और सामाजिक उद्यमिता के लिए अनुकूल वातावरण को सक्षम करने के लिए क्षेत्र में काम करता है।
Ladies and gentlemen, what an inspiring evening. Stories of change, of impact, and really is, as I pointed out, wonderful to just soak in this energy. Well, speaking of energy, a man who will give each one of them a run for their money is here with us. I don't know how he's been doing it for the last several weeks now. In his own words, he's been on calls till about 2 o'clock in the morning and then back again at work at about 7 o'clock in the morning as well. Mr. Kant, I don't know how you do it, but only you can do what you do. So may I request you to please join us here with a few words of appreciation and encouragement. Ladies and gentlemen, G20 Sherpa, Amitabh Kant.
Mr. Boge, Hari and Shyam Bhartia, all the distinguished guests here, Shireen, Ajay, Mr. Schwab, truly delighted to be here, and I really think it's a great honor to be in the midst of such illustrious people here today. I've been long associated with the Social Entrepreneur of the Year India Awards. I've been a member of the jury earlier. And I have the greatest admiration for the Schwab Foundation for Social Enterprise, Social Entrepreneurship, the World Economic Forum, and the Jubilant Bhartia Foundation for having initiated and launched this and sustained this for a very long time. And today's gathering is actually a great testament to the incredible power of social entrepreneurship and innovation in transforming India. I really feel that this unique platform of social entrepreneurship has been greatly instrumental in highlighting innovative models that have the potential to shape a better India of tomorrow. And I think the great thing was that we honored truly 4 exceptional finalists whose social entrepreneurial spirit has catalyzed such positive change. Each one of them truly exceptional. You look at Dr. Aparna Hegde's journey from a medical residency to a founding Arman is just a phenomenal story of pioneering technology to empower pregnant women and mothers with critical health care. You look at this story of Ms. Bijal Brahmbhat's work with the Mahila Housing Trust, which exemplifies the profound impact of addressing urban challenges through a gender-sensitive lens. She's been a champion of urban communities, transforming lives by strengthening grassroots women collectives. And this is truly amazing work that she has done. I have long known Anuradha and Dimant Parikh for really bringing positivity in India in the midst of a lot of negativity. And they are truly the heart of positive change. They are visionary founders behind Better India. And I regularly go back every time you feel let down by something or you feel a little bit of negativity creeping in, just go back to Better India. And they are the world's largest positive impact platform, shifting focus from negativity to uplifting stories. And just phenomenal. Look at this, 200 million monthly readers. That's the kind of impact they've made. And finally, look at Dr. Shuchin Bajaj's journey embodies transformative healthcare provision. His Ujala Cygnus group of hospitals truly redefines healthcare in terms of accessibility, in terms of catering to the poorest with dignity and affordability. And therefore my view is that each one of them is as good as the other. It's just that Dr. Shuchin Bajaj is just marginally more lucky than the others. So in this, we are also here during India's leadership on the global stage as it takes a new dimension during the G20 presidency. And I think in the pursuit of progress during our 75th year of independence, we must recognize the transformative power of the social economy. To my mind, this sector places social and environmental concerns at the heart of business, prioritizing impact and sustainability over profit. The social sector is driven by purpose, by partnership and accountability, which creates solutions that enable excluded individuals to participate in the economy. Globally, it contributes, as was said earlier, in India it contributes almost 10%, and I think almost the same 8 or 9% globally, and has touched the lives of an estimated over 1 billion people. And this aligns with the mission of having, actually, if you want to have growth, it has to be inclusive, it has to be in collaboration, it must take into concern the poor and the marginalized. And I think that is what all human sensitivity is all about. It's particularly important at a point of time in the post-COVID era when 200 million people have lost have gone below the poverty line, almost 100 million people have lost their jobs. And therefore, it's very important that as we stand at the crossroads of the future, India's innovative prowess and the technological capabilities position us very uniquely on the global stage, and our leadership in social transformation can play a very key and a very critical role. And I think there must be hundreds and thousands and millions of great social entrepreneurs like the one we've seen today. who must be recognized, must be rewarded, and must be encouraged. And I'm sure that three of you have done this great work today, Schwab Foundation, the World Economic Forum, and the Jubilant Bhartia Foundation. You must feel very proud of the fact that your journey actually will encourage, motivate, and actually inspire millions and millions of people in India. Social entrepreneurs will grow by leaps and bounds, and they will show the power of purpose-driven innovation. They will forge new business models that prioritize people and planet, and their success from innovative products to advocacy will provide very huge valuable lessons. And I think we'll all learn from this. India's journey has been marked always by resilience, by creativity, by determination. And as we move forward in the spirit of one earth, one family, one future, I think let us continue to celebrate the resilience of our social entrepreneurs and the transformative power of social entrepreneurship as we propel ourselves towards a brighter, greater, and a more inspiring future for India. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Time in decades. So now we have to roll up our sleeves. We will have to enhance the work we're doing for social entrepreneurship, and we have to also really create the right environment for social entrepreneurship. And there is a long way to go. Some countries are having a good policy, but there is so much more to do. That's why we're also establishing social entrepreneurship as a theme under G20. So thank you for that. Social entrepreneurship under the presidency of India has also underpinned the importance of social entrepreneurship. So thank you very much for that. And again, big thank you to all of you for coming and also for inviting me, the World Economic Forum, and that unique partnership we have with the Bhartia Foundation. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Borge. I now request Mr. Schwab Bhartia, Chairman and Founder of the Jubilant Bhartia Group, to give his welcome address. Thank you.
Thank you, Borge, for your welcome and opening remarks. Mr. Amitabh Kant and friends, on behalf of Jubilant Bhartia Foundation, I would like to add my own welcome to all of you on the 14th edition of Social Entrepreneur of the Year Award. At the outset, I would like to specially welcome our chief guests for the evening, Mr. Amitabh Kant, a reformer and a policy change agent. Amitabh needs no introduction to this audience. We have seen a tremendous energy he brings wherever he goes, particularly as G20 Sherpa. He has been relentless in taking India to the world. He has driven key reforms and initiatives in his various avatars. Amitabh has been a driver of flagship initiatives such as Startup India, Make in India, Incredible India, Kerala, God's Own Country, and the Aspirational Districts Program, the largest outcome-based governance project in the world so on. The Startup India movement led to India emerging as the third best ecosystem for startups globally, with over 70,000 startups and over 100 unicorns. I would like to quote Amitabh from his latest book, for a very popular book made in India. I quote, 75 years of independence. It is our young entrepreneurs and innovators and leaders who have stood to lead us into the new era of growth and prosperity. The future looks exciting and India is poised to a leapfrog technologically. Thank you, Amitabh, for being with us in spite of B20 and G20 and many more commitments. This reflects your passion for social and innovators, entrepreneurs, and social economy, and you have had a ringside view of these awards, being part of the jury for many years. The social sector is driven by purpose, partnership, and accountability in order to develop solutions that enable traditionally excluded people to participate in the economy. The social economy in India represents nearly 10% of the employment and nearly 9% of the country's GDP. As part of the report of 2018, I am sure these figures have changed in the past 5 years. The Indian impact investing ecosystem is evolving rapidly, and India is today considered as one of the largest impact investment destinations in emerging countries. It is no coincidence that this year our awards being held during B20 meeting in the capital. This clearly reflects the deep desire and need for the corporates and social sector to work together. With the growing potential and the role of social economy, I would urge Amitabh to consider setting up a G20 engagement group for social entrepreneurs and innovators, SI20, which can be operationalized during the Brazil presidency of G20. This year, extremely special for our relationship with Schwab Foundation, the social entrepreneurship, as we complete 15 years of our partnership. Our heartiest congratulations to Hilde and Klaus and the entire team at the Schwab Foundation for social entrepreneurship on completion of 25 years of the foundation. We are proud of our unique and rewarding partnership through which we have been able to provide social entrepreneurs a global platform to showcase their work, scale up their initiatives, and cross-learn from rich alliance and similar high-spirited individuals across the world. Over the years, we have seen more than 2,000 diverse applications from the remotest corners of the country. For 4 years ago, we have signed a tripartite agreement with Stanford University for the Hindustan Times Fellowship under the Stanford Seed Foundation program in India, and we have given fellowship to social entrepreneurs for 2 years now. Jubilant Bhartia Foundation endeavors to bring progressive social change through strategic and multi-stakeholder partnership. Our foundation develops sustainable models to bring in about social change in 4 key areas: education, healthcare, livelihood, and social entrepreneurship. The foundation has engaged with several social innovators from its SEOY award journey and through its various initiatives. Jubilant Bhartia Foundation has impacted over 1.5 million people in 11 states, covering 700 villages in India. In conclusion, I would like to congratulate all the 4 finalists and wish you all the very best in your endeavor to serve society, prioritizing social impact and sustainability. Thank you.
So much. I now request Schwab, Director of Schwab Foundation and Head of Foundations of the World Economic Forum, to take it from there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for having us here to the Jubilant Bhartia Foundation for this long-standing partnership in honor really of this year's winners and finalists, and also the years before that are with us here today and watching online. Quickly want to just introduce Professor Klaus Schwab and Mrs. Hilde Schwab in a short video message that they will provide to you now. They send very warm greetings to all of you. They're unable to be here in person tonight. They have for many years been here, and they are here now over 25 years, as Mr. Bhartia said, supporting the Schwab Foundation. They knew 25 years ago that this was going to be a really important sector in the world, and we're seeing this with the momentum of the United Nations resolution that has just been passed on the social economy and the need for business to partner with social enterprises, as we've seen with Jubilant Bhartia not merely in this award, but actually in many other ways as well. So without further ado, if we could have the video, please, on screen.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and respected colleagues, the Schwab Foundation is honored to continue our vibrant partnership with the Jubilant Bhartia Foundation for the past 14 years to recognize outstanding models of social innovation. This prestigious evening celebrates the changemakers who have transformed millions of lives through their relentless efforts and innovative ideas. Tonight, we gather to recognize the outstanding achievements of this remarkable group of individuals and organizations. They are dedicated to creating systemic level changes in India and beyond.
This year, in particular, marks an important milestone for social entrepreneurs across the world. It was the first time the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution recognizing the contribution of social entrepreneurs and other actors in the social economy towards the objective of sustainable development. The resolution calls on governments worldwide to implement policies supporting social enterprise, social cooperatives, and social innovation in general. It is part of a wider wave of recognition for the sector with international bodies, including the European Union, the African Union, the International Labour Organization, and the OECD having adopted their own social economy action plans and recommendations. This momentum signals the increased recognition of the scale of the work of social entrepreneurship around the world, which is often overlooked. It is important, particularly in this year of India's presidency of the G20, that we recognize this country's rich ecosystem of leading social entrepreneurs who can help realize the one Earth, one family, one future vision of the G20 synthesis. India today is considered as one of the largest investment destinations in emerging countries. According to a recent report by Impact Investors Council, 377 Indian impact enterprises attracted 5.8 billion in equity investments in the year 2022 in dollars.
Schwab Foundation celebrates 25 years this year, and over this time we have seen the scale and impact of social entrepreneurs around the world. Our community of 450 awardees alone directly impacts over 722 million lives across the world. The new approaches they have brought to improving lives, driving social inclusion and environmental progress are needed locally and globally. Schwab Foundation has highlighted these models and brought them into the work of the World Economic Forum, creating opportunities for partnerships with business and governments around the world to advance the Sustainable Development Agenda.
Today, we are celebrating outstanding social entrepreneurs who are using passion, determination, and creativity to address some of the most pressing issues we are facing. While not everybody can win, you can all use this platform to make your voice heard, connect with your peers, and to promote your pertinent ideas.
Congratulations again to the finalists and to the awardees. Thank you to our valued partners at the Jubilant Bhartia Foundation, and we look forward to continuing this partnership for many more years to come. We wish you a wonderful evening.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Ajay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As Ajay said, I started my association with the Social Entrepreneur India Awards in 2006, and I have to say this is an event that is a must-do on my calendar, and I'm so proud of the fact that we've been able to nurture this partnership over almost the last 20 years. What a pleasure it is, ladies and gentlemen, to be back here with you to honor India's change makers. The women and men we will hear from today may not be in the headlines for having notched up unicorn valuations and multi-million-dollar fundraisers, but they certainly capture the imagination with the value and the impact that they create. Entrepreneurship is about having the courage of one's convictions, and the leaders that we honor this evening have plenty of courage, but they have an equal measure of compassion. As Ajay wrote in his recent piece, the social economy puts social, environmental concerns at the heart of its business, prioritizing social impact and sustainability over profit maximization. These entrepreneurs once again force us to acknowledge the shortcomings of capitalism as we have long practiced, but more than just offer a critique, they also offer solutions on what can be done to bridge the ever-growing inequities that we face in the world today. As for the World Economic Forum, global inequality has only worsened, with the richest 1% globally grabbing nearly 2/3 of the $42 trillion of newly created wealth just since 2020. Now, this imbalance can have a catastrophic impact if not addressed with appropriate intervention. The World Economic Forum has also called on business leaders and government leaders to exhibit empathy and imagination to mitigate these risks. And the entrepreneurs that we celebrate today demonstrate the power of purpose, innovation, and thoughtful execution. It is with immense pride that we at CNBC TV18 have shouldered the responsibility of telling the stories of hundreds of impact entrepreneurs over the past 2 decades. We're deeply grateful to the Schwab Foundation and the Jubilant Bhartia Foundation for allowing us the opportunity to make this journey together. And before I present to you the story of our first nominee tonight, I leave you with the words of Martin Luther King. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And I hope that this evening triggers thought, action, and change. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me bring to you the first change maker of the 14th Social Entrepreneur of the Year Awards. And the nominee that we are honoring today, Dr. Aparna Hegde, the founder of Arman. Due to its substantial birth cohort, India stands at the forefront of a list comprising 10 nations collectively. These countries are responsible for 60% of the global tally for maternal fatalities, stillbirths, and neonatal deaths, as well as 51% of worldwide live births. This data emerges from a report issued by the United Nations earlier this year. In fact, in the year 2020 alone, India witnessed 788,000 instances of maternal death, stillbirths, and neonatal fatalities. Now, these figures are part of the global count of 4.5 million deaths as reported by the WHO, the UNICEF, and UNFPA. While the statistics present a somber picture, grim reality, they also underscore the imperative for adopting a new approach in order to achieve a different outcome. A substantial enhancement in investment, both in terms of scale and strategy, with primary healthcare being the focus, is essential. This effort needs to provide every woman and infant with the optimal prospects for health and survival, irrespective of their geographic location. Dr. Aparna Hegde is a specialist urogynecology established Arman with the intention of bridging the systemic gaps present within our healthcare services system, catering to pregnant women and children using a tech plus touch approach. Arman's overarching vision revolves around a world where maternal empowerment is universal and where the well-being of every child is ensured. Here's the Arman story.
Hypertension. When I opened her papers, I was shocked. It was my own handwriting. I had seen Anita with her in the pregnancy, but she never came back. I saw these stories play out daily. Women and children dying in the most horrific of circumstances. If only they had got the right information right time about how to take care of themselves and their children. And if only health workers had been trained to be able to pick up the risk factors in time in the community itself. And given the scale of India's problems, it became very obvious to me that any solution and design have to be community-based, but also scalable. Aman focuses on the pre-hospital based care both for the mother and the child. So that on the one hand, we inform women about the care to be taken during pregnancy and infancy so that they access care in time. And we train the health workers at every level of the health system to be able to give them kind of care early enough using mobile health solutions. Our service from the health information side include Mitra, our flagship program, and the program that we run in collaboration with Government of India called Kilkari. We reach 40 million women and their children in 20 states of India through these programs. Both Mitra and Kilkari are field voice call services that send timely targeted preventive care information directly to the phones of the enrolled women. Both solutions have language preference. With the missed call system, the woman can give a missed call to listen to the message that she's missed, and we also have a call center for any query that the woman may have. And now we're moving on to a fit for purpose approach, where based on the technology access and based on the degree of need, we have targeted approaches so that we are able to reach the last mile of the last mile. Our goal in the next 5 years is not to reach 70 million women and their children through our voice calling and fit for purpose approach solutions, but we also want to reach around 10 million equally encumbered women and children. We have a program called Mobile Academy that we run in collaboration with Government of India for the ASHA workers, the frontline health volunteers in every village of the country. And right now the program runs in 17 states of India. We reach around 325,000 ASHAs. Currently, Mobile Academy is voice-based, but because now most ASHAs have access to smartphones, we will be moving on to WhatsApp-based and smartphone-based solutions, and up the ladder are the nurses, the medical officers, and the specialists. Now here, we have a solution called Integrated High-Risk Pregnancy Management Program. We have run it in the whole of Telangana currently and has now moved to Andhra Pradesh and will be moved to other states shortly. In this program, firstly, we created high-risk pregnancy protocols with algorithmic color-coded, extremely detailed protocols for every level of the product. And now we do training of almost 9,500 nurses, 1,500 medical officers, and 350 specialists in these protocols. Eventually, we want to have a system where, Kilkari, Mobile Academy, and Integrated High-Risk Pregnancy Management Program are working in a particular state where the database is talking to each other. We also have partnership with Google and Harvard, where we create AI-based models for improved program efficiency and improved impact of our, and outcomes. For example, we already built a model with the help of Google and Harvard, where we can predict at the time of enrollment itself which woman is likely to drop out of the program so that we can get her back in the system. It took me 5 years to get the first funding for our one. Also because of the fact that scalable solutions are created by big multilateral agencies. It is pretty rare for homegrown Indian NGOs to build large-scale solutions. One thing that really astounded me is the fact that information is empowerment, and empowerment is intergenerational.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to that team, and I hope that you don't have to go too far to keep up founding Dr. Hegde. On to our next nominee this evening. While climate change affects everyone, it does not affect everyone equally. Vulnerability stems from factors like gender, ethnicity, and low income. And all of these factors impact almost 200 million in South Asia's informal settlements, that's as per the UNFCCC. Now, these settlements are in densely populated areas, are fragile, and face heightened risks of climate shift. Effective climate solutions must address these realities. Women's inclusion, given their local expertise, is vital for impactful climate action. Studies show that more women in national parliaments lead to stricter climate policies and lower emissions. At the local level, women's engagement in resource management enhances governance and conservation. The Mahila Housing Trust integrates women's empowerment, sustainable urban development, and climate resilience. It also empowers grassroots women through community-based organizations, driving responsible urban development conversations. By empowering impoverished women to lead, Mahila Housing Trust invests in collective action for sustainable urban development. The trust has aided 1.7 million urban poor women in housing across Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Odisha, UP and Karnataka. It's also collaborated with marginalized communities in Nepal, Bangladesh. Here's a look at their story.
We actually started talking to a lot of poor women in the informal sector. They were functioning from their homes and their economy was dependent on it, but they did not have access to good house, to water, to sanitation, electricity at their doorstep, which was legal. A lot of the loans that these women were also taking from Seva Bank and from other informal sources were going towards improving their housing. And so we understood that their housing is their productive asset, and if it improves, then their economic productivity improves. And therefore, we decided we would start working on habitat improvement. What we do is from the entire slum settlement, one woman representing each household would become our member. They would come together to form a community-based organization. They would discuss amongst themselves, and then they would elect a group of 11 to 15 women from within them to represent their interests and their welfare to the government, to the private sector, and for that matter, any other individual who would help them get access to better water or legal electricity. Also access the government schemes for better housing. So these community action groups then get trained with support from MHT on what could those schemes be, how to access scheme of the government. So for example, there were about 129 households living in a slum, sewage which kept overflowing, with every monsoon, rooftops will be leaking. So Mahila Housing Trust went there and informed them of the scheme, what we call the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, where they would get the houses on a as-is, where-is basis on the same plot. So we had to then negotiate with the community action groups and the developer so that before they vacated the plot for construction, they would get maximum rent from the developer. They will be ensured legal documentation so they get the housing once it was completed. Now they have got this very good 7th floor apartment. So I think it's a huge legal asset building in the name of the women. Due to excess heat, women lose around 1.5 to 2 hours of productive working hours every day. So with this in mind, we have been working in all 36 cities on issues of heat. One of the very big program we have been taken ahead is that of is a cool roof program. Then we deployed various cool roof solutions like bamboo roofs or what we call mud roofs or heat resistant paints. Mahila Housing Trust has actually established for-profit savings and credit organizations where poor women are the shareholders, they are the investors, and they save. And it is from their pool of shareholding and savings we then give out loans. So they get paid interest on their savings. They also have to pay interest on the loans. Almost 100,000 women till now have availed these financial services. We have almost worked and improved the lives of 1.7 million people, and we hope to reach another 1.7 million directly till about 2027. If collectives of women are actually given the technical knowledge, the skills and the negotiation power to work with governments and with the private sector, they are able to improve not only their habitats but also come out of vicious cycle of poverty.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Jubilant Bhartia Trust for breaking the vicious cycle of poverty. We appreciate all that you have done. Our next nominees this evening, in a pivotal moment during the American Civil War, Harriet Beecher Stowe, the renowned author of Uncle Tom's Cabin and Abraham Lincoln, the president famously remarked, "So this is the little lady who started this great war." Stowe's book ranked as the second best-selling work of the 19th century, following only the Bible. Researchers unanimously credit it with playing a crucial role in challenging the prevailing notions about slavery. Now, this vividly illustrates the remarkable and transformative power of storytelling, where a single narrative can reshape society's perceptions and reignite historic change. Building upon the profound impact of storytelling, Better India has evolved over the past 15 years into a repository of India's change agents. Skillfully harnessing the potency of storytelling, the platform has embarked on a mission to empower every citizen to become a formidable force for positive change. With a robust presence across 5 languages, the Better India resonates with more than 200 million people each month. What sets it apart is its ability to unite communities, leverage their collective strength, and propel affirmative action and drive impactful transformation. Here's the story of Dimana Parikh, the co-founder of Better India, and Anurag Parikh, the co-founder of the Better India.
Anuradha and I started noticing so many incredible people making a difference, and it started to kind of make us think, how could we make every citizen, every single citizen of this country a change maker, a force of good? And that is when we decided that we needed to create this movement. Better India today is India's largest platform that uses the power of stories to drive massive positive change. We are, I would say, the single largest archive of this country's goodness. It's been incredible to see the impact we've had, right? We've got water and sanitation in villages, we've helped urban slum schools get funded, we've had farmers come out of poverty, we've even influenced some of the policies around environmental conservation. We've been able to kind of really drive both influence and inspiration. And really what kind of drove the idea of the Better India was this whole passion movement. We didn't apply the lens of conventional economics that otherwise govern the media sector. Because look, everybody needs inspiration. There's no way I can put that behind a paywall.
Our audience base of over 200 million people are so engaged and so lovingly share stories, receiving these long emails from senior citizens who are telling us how they engaged with the story that they read and how they are now, adopting some of the solutions that they've come across. Say, for instance, a rainwater harvesting. What we proactively try to achieve is to bring the solutions as well as the problem solvers together. To give you an example, a project that we undertook internally to revive ponds in the drought-stricken district of Nagapattinam in Tamil Nadu. This was an area that was arid, that was prone to droughts year after year, and the population there was really suffering. We brought together NGOs that are working in the environmental sector to identify and then pool resources, crowdfund, and be able to revive several ponds in that district, impacting over 20,000 people.
We work with corporates and brands to partner with them on causes that they believe in and the causes that we believe in. Some of the ones that really stand out is this project that we created in partnership with Tata Communications called the School of Hope and Empowerment, where the idea was that how could we use digital storytelling to create entrepreneurs in rural India, out of rural women. We also partnered with Niti Aayog, where the objective was lots of school children who have some great innovations, innovative ideas. How could we bring them to the forefront, get them to a formal process, get them incubated and so on. So we actually ran the whole innovation marathon, the 8-year innovation marathon with Niti Aayog, starting across 2,500 schools across the country.
For the Better India, from its inception, the main idea has been to use technology for social good. We are developing currently what is going to be India's largest database of service providers for the social impact sector. The other project is the use of artificial intelligence to create a bot that's going to be able to pass solutions from across industries and be able to provide those solutions for pressing problems. Another one is the launch of a modular educational platform. So it's called Careers with Purpose. It's aimed at helping any working professional to gain access to careers in the development sector.
What we are very, very clear about is that we want to be that really massive force to transform the impact sector, to really help them accelerate everything that they've been wanting to do, access to customers, get resources, talk about their impact, all of that. How can we help accelerate what would otherwise happen in 50 years? How can we help them have that in India?
Ladies and gentlemen, without goodness, something that we need a lot more of. And our final finalist this evening. In the realm of healthcare, it's not merely limited access that leads to high mortality rates. It is poor quality care that kills the most vulnerable. The situation is especially grim for critical patients in small town India. Their shot at timely treatment is slim thanks to the concentration of top-notch hospitals in our big cities. Now picture this, 1/4 of hospitalized Indians plunge into poverty due to hospital bills, a whopping 50% of their yearly expenses, and the gap is brutal. The poorest 20% face double the mortality, malnutrition and fertility rates of the richest 20%. Enter Dr. Shuchin, a force on a mission to save lives and revolutionize healthcare with Ujala Cygnus. Ujala Cygnus hospitals bring high-grade intensive care to the marginalized across 5 Indian states. Here's the twist, they're rewriting the rule that life-saving treatment must break the bank. This is their story.
I would get a lot of calls from somebody's had a heart attack, somebody had a head injury, somebody's critical, and you're bringing them to Delhi. I would keep waiting for them all night and they wouldn't turn up, and I would get to speak to them in the morning and I would hear words like, oh, the patient passed away on the way, he died on the way, and we turned back and now we're back in our villages. I would hear stories like, oh, maybe it's good that this person died on the way. The last one that did make it to Delhi stayed in hospital for 15 days. His wife had to sell their house, their fields. It's not just poor physical outcomes that you get if you stay in far-off communities, it is also the poor financial outcomes. More than 6 crore people slip below the poverty line every year in India just due to healthcare shocks. I dropped out of my super speciality course to start these hospitals in the small town. Started out with a very small single hospital, and now we have 20 hospitals across 5 states of North India, catering to all kinds of emergencies, serious illnesses, heart attacks, head injuries, intensive care, and all this at very high quality hospitals, and all this at costs that are less than 20% of what the big city hospitals have. Many people question us on how we make all this sustainable as a private enterprise, because we don't get aid or help from anyone, and we have private equity investors on board to answer. So we started renting out buildings instead of buying a piece of land and building the hospital. That was the traditional way to go for most doctors. Second, we've successfully flipped the private healthcare model from a very low volume, high cost model that it traditionally has been to a very high volume, low cost model. And third, of course, financially it works very well for us, because the moment we cross a certain Rubicon of revenue and patients, most of the money then starts flowing into the bottom line. So we have been also the champions of the Ayushman Bharat scheme. We were the first corporate hospital to adopt that scheme wholeheartedly, when most corporate hospitals were very offended with the lower prices. The first mitral valve surgery was done under the Ayushman Bharat scheme at one of our hospitals. Now we also do minimal invasive double valve replacements through open heart surgeries. We do bypasses through Ayushman. We do cancer treatments through Ayushman Bharat. Even though our main business is running hospitals, but we do try and make sure that people don't come to hospitals. So that is how our Sehat Chopal and our telemedicine programs were born. We go village to village screening patients during the Sehat Chopal. So we do almost 1 to 2 Chopals around each of our 20 hospitals every day. Each Chopal we will screen patients for tuberculosis, for eye diseases, for diabetes, I have mentioned, to make sure that their quality of life increases and try and make sure that they never have to come to hospital for complications of these diseases. Having treated more than 2.5 million patients till today, having done more than 150,000 surgeries till today, and those are the numbers that we are really proud of. We are looking to expand into 4 more states in the next 3 to 4 years. India has more than 783 districts, and unfortunately more than 550 of those districts there is no tertiary healthcare available. People living in all those districts have to go out to their surrounding cities or faraway cities to access healthcare. And as I said, this leads to poor physical and financial outcomes, which we are doing our best to prevent.
That does tend to happen. Another big round of applause for Peter and Shuchin on stage. Congratulations, Vijay. Thank you so much for being here with us this evening.
Ma'am, what's your good name?
I'm Bijal Brahma.
Yeah?
Bijal Brahma.
बीजल। मैम, हम ये जानना चाहते हैं कि जो आज आपको अवार्ड से सम्मानित किया गया है, ये अवार्ड आपको किस लिए दिया गया है?
ये अवार्ड हमको दिया गया है, मेरी जो संस्था है महिला हाउसिंग ट्रस्ट, वो गरीब श्रमजीवी बहनों के साथ उनके क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ बदलने में काफ़ी काम करती है। यानी उनको पानी, गटर, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, अच्छा मकान मिले स्लम्स के अंदर जो उनके नाम पे हो।
तो मैम, जिस तरह से आप समाज की सेवा कर रहे हैं, तो आपको लोगों को किस तरह से प्रेरित करते हैं कि लोग आपकी तरह आगे बढ़ें और समाज की सेवा करें?
मैं ये मानती हूँ ये बहनें गरीब ज़रूर हैं, लेकिन उनमें अंदर से लीडरशिप क्वालिटी काफ़ी है। तो जब आप उनके साथ काम करते हो और उनको सक्षम बनाते हो लीडरशिप लेने के लिए, बाद में वो बाहर निकल के सरकार के साथ, प्राइवेट सेक्टर के साथ काम करके अपने जीवन में काफ़ी बदलाव लाती हैं और काफ़ी एसेट्स अपने नाम पे बनाती हैं। उस तरीके से पॉवर्टी में से बाहर आती है।
थैंक यू मैम।
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to put our hands together for Anuradha Parikh and Bhimant Parikh, the team from the Better India. Congratulations, Anuradha and Bhimant. Thanks very much for joining us here this evening. And finally,
सर, आपका नाम?
भीमंत पारिक।
और मैम, आपका नाम? मैम, ये जानना चाहता हूँ, आज जो इवेंट हुआ है उसमें आपको अवार्ड से नवाजा गया है, तो ये अवार्ड आपको किस लिए दिया गया है?
ये अवार्ड हमें दिया गया है क्योंकि हम द बेटर इंडिया चलाते हैं, जो इंडिया का सबसे लार्जेस्ट पॉजिटिव न्यूज़ प्लेटफॉर्म है। हम उन स्टोरीज को लेके आते हैं जो अनसंग हीरोज होते हैं, चेंज मेकर जो होते हैं, मतलब कोई भी जो इंडिया को प्रोग्रेस कर रहा है, जो कोई भी इनिशिएटिव ले रहे हैं, उनके बारे में हम लिखते हैं और उनकी स्टोरीज बाहर लाके हम आम जनता को इंस्पायर करते हैं कि वो भी चेंज ला सकते हैं।
जी जी जी। तो जिस तरह से हमें यहाँ देखा है अलग अलग फील्ड में लोगों को अलग अलग अवार्ड मिले हैं, तो आप किस तरह से अवेयर करते हैं पब्लिक को कि किस तरह से लोग आगे बढ़े और लोगों की समाज की सेवा करें?
तो हम जिस तरह से इस तरह से करते हैं कि जो लोग ऑलरेडी अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं हम उनकी स्टोरीज पब्लिश करके ऐसे लोगों को बताते हैं कि जिस तरह से लोग कर रहे हैं उस तरह से वो भी कुछ कर सकते हैं समाज के लिए या उनके साथ जुड़कर कुछ बढ़ावा दे सकते हैं उनको। बहुत अलग अलग तरीके से लोग जब स्टोरी पढ़ते हैं और समझते हैं कि दूसरे लोग कैसे चेंज ला रहे हैं, कैसे समाज की सेवा कर रहे हैं, कैसे अपनी लाइफ में बदलाव ला रहे हैं, उस तरह से उनको वो भी इंस्पायर होकर कुछ करना चाहते हैं।
थैंक यू।
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dr. Shuchin Bajaj of Ujala Cygnus Healthcare. A big round of applause. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now the moment that we've all been waiting for. I'd like to call Francois back to reveal.
सर, आज जो आपको ये अवार्ड मिला है, ये किस वजह से आपको मिला है?
सबसे पहले मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम, श्वॉब फाउंडेशन और जुबिलेंट भारतीय फाउंडेशन का। ये अवार्ड सोशल ऑन्टरप्रेन्योरशिप ऑफ द ईयर अवार्ड है और पहले ये बहुत बड़े बड़े दिग्गजों को मिल चुका है, जैसे कि प्रांशु जी, अनिकेत जी, और ये 4वां अवार्ड हमें मिला है उजाला सिग्नस हॉस्पिटल से। और हम लोग लो कॉस्ट हॉस्पिटल चलाते हैं, हाई क्वालिटी, छोटे छोटे शहरों में, छोटे छोटे गाँव में, और ऐसे 20 हॉस्पिटल हम 5 प्रदेशों में चलाते हैं। तो उसी रिकग्निशन के लिए इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अवार्ड।
सर, किस तरह से आप लोगों को प्रेरित करेंगे कि लोग आपकी तरह ही मेहनत करें, सिर्फ अवार्ड के लिए नहीं, समाज के लिए, जनता के लिए, देश के लिए?
देखिए, हमें ये समझना है कि जो 80% भारत के डॉक्टर हैं वो बड़े शहरों में रहते हैं, जहाँ सिर्फ 20% जनता रहती है, और बाकी 80% जनता को सिर्फ 20% डॉक्टर ही मिलते हैं। तो डॉक्टरों को ये चाहिए कि जो बड़े बड़े शहरों में स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं उनको बेहतर होगा कि छोटे शहरों में जाके अपनी सेवाएं, वहाँ पर ज़रूरत भी है सेवाओं पर, वहाँ आपको रिवॉर्ड भी अच्छा मिलेगा, मरीज़ भी ज़्यादा हैं, लोगों की बीमारियाँ भी हैं, तो आप उनका अगर इलाज करेंगे तो आपको बहुत ज़्यादा सुख मिलेगा, खुशी मिलेगी, और आपको पुण्य भी कमाने को मिलेगा और पैसा तो,
और दुआएं भी मिलेंगी।
क्योंकि पैसा तो देखिए इसी ज़िंदगी में ख़त्म हो जाता है, आगे के लिए आपको जर्नी के लिए दुआएं चाहिए, ब्लेसिंग्स चाहिए, तो वो वहीं मिलती है।
थैंक यू सर।
Really at a loss for words. Thank you so much, Schwab Foundation, the World Economic Forum, Jubilant Bhartia Foundation, the jury members, and most of all my co-finalists, each of whose stories has been more inspiring than the other. I'm really lucky to win from amongst such a great group. My first and biggest thanks, I think, should go to my patients who've let their life in our hands, who trusted us with their health, and we must make sure that the number that comes to haunt us again and again, about 6 crore people slipping below the poverty line every year just due to healthcare shocks, I think we must all work together to get rid of that number completely. My next and biggest thanks, of course, to my family, my wife, my children, my parents, my brother. I think it was due to them that I could go on this crazy journey, dropping out of college and working, going the wrong way, as they said at that time, that people come from small towns, settle in big cities. I was already in a big city, and I was crazy enough to go that way, but I think it was all worth it. A big thanks to all my friends, some of whom are here, who've been egging me on, who've been always supporting me. The fellowships that I've been a part of, the sub-parts of those fellowships, I think those friends have really been change makers in my life. And of course, the biggest and the last thanks to our doctors, our nurses, my co-founders, my investors, and the merry band of warriors that Ujala Cygnus has, some of whom are here today. I really thank all of you who've been working, stand in hand with me,
and in the trenches completely. Many, many thanks to all of you. Thanks again.
So, without further ado, allow me to announce the Social Entrepreneur of the Year, India 2023, is Dr. Shuchin Bajaj.
Please. Now I request our co-chairman founder, Mr. Amitabh Bhartia, to wind up this evening. Thank you.
Mr. Amitabh Kant, Borge, Shri, Tansua, we have a lot of jury members and friends. Firstly, my huge congratulations to Aparna, Bijal, Anuradha and Himant, and of course Dr. Shuchin Bajaj for being the finalist and of course the winner of the award. A big thank you to all the social innovators present here today. We are really grateful for your continuous engagement with us now for almost more than 14 years. Thank you for placing faith in us and on this award platform. An award is only an award till deserving people make it relevant and of course credible. I must here tell you our own at Jubilant's involvement, and I'll give you a selfish reason for our involvement in this award. You know, for last many years, we have been seeing such inspiring stories, as Amitabh you pointed out, so purpose-driven, clarity of purpose with great outcome and with minimal resources. Using technology more and more. We heard just now even AI is being applied. And of course, smartphone being available, I believe 800 million smartphones are in India. That connectivity being available, the impact is huge. So with minimal resources, maximum impact. And this is a great inspiration for corporate people like us. And I'll tell you a story. Sachin, who is an award winner today, care at a very low cost. It was started in Calcutta. And we tell you, we failed. We sold that hospital because we could not deliver with the same purpose that you have shown, the same tenacity that you have shown. We thought we will also deliver at 20%, you would use that number. We started it, it worked. I will tell you what the issues that we faced in Calcutta. And if I had known you, we would have sold it to you. And so we learn so much from what you guys do. And I think it's for all our corporate people to bring that clarity of purpose and bringing that outcome with very frugal investment, I think is very, very inspiring. And for years we have been hearing these stories and constantly inspired by what you guys do. We have been doing this award for 14 years, and this would not have been possible without support from a lot of people who are present here. Shireen, you have been an outstanding partner year after year. She has been relentless in her pursuit for supporting social innovation in India. Through her initiatives like Young Turks, she has been bringing to the forefront stories of inspiration and change, giving a voice to unsung heroes and empowering them to further expand. Thank you, Shri, for this long partnership. Of course, my big thank you for the jury members who are present right here. Thank you. Thank you, Hilde and Klaus. I believe they are listening to the proceedings. And the entire team of Schwab Foundation. François, I believe you have a big job. You help almost all the foundation. Thank you for joining us today. And Goy, who is not here with us, and everyone in the team of Schwab Foundation. And of course, congratulations on completing 25 years of the foundation. And good work. A big thank you to my friend Borge. I believe he just landed in the afternoon, went for some 3:20 meeting, and then almost made it here. Thank you. Thank you, Borge, for joining us and their commitment to showcase all the social innovators in Davos year after year. Thank you. Thank you also to the entire team at Jubilant Bhartia Foundation, especially Vivek and Runa, the team at corporate marketing, communications for all the hard work and effort. And of course, Ajay, who has been the driving force behind the entire team. Ladies and gentlemen, let me turn to Amitabh ji. It was almost 3 weeks back. I picked up the phone and called Amitabh, requesting him. I was very worried that this B20 event, I know the pressure on him for what is starting to happen as we are starting to see the B20 and then G20 coming in the first week of September. I picked up the phone and called him. I said, Amitabh ji, you have to come and give away the awards. And I tell you, instantly, he said, I will be there. You can take it, it's done. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I also quote from his book, Make in India, especially about entrepreneurs, he adds, homegrown entrepreneurs are now solving problems for India. Problems they have seen growing up. No sector has been left untouched by their entrepreneurial gene. I wish we had more people like him, nimble-footed, decisive, responsive, enthusiastic, and open to change. Thank you, Amitabh ji. I encourage you all to meet all the social entrepreneurs during the dinner, especially the finalists of this year, listen to their stories and know about their exciting journeys. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you again for joining us today.